Hello everybody and welcome. We got our coffees once again.
Per the usual. And in this video, we will be talking about on the steps in order to get a girlfriend. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so going in with the top 5 steps you need to get a girlfriend.
Well, I guess they worked.
Yes, these steps have been proven to work because I didn't think that I could get a girlfriend, and guess what? I did. Anyways, step number 1 is pretty much, pick out who you want, or like who are you interested in. So of course that's, step 1. So number 1 on our Guatemalan Belize trip, that's where I really met Kelsey. Is, I picked her out, I noticed her, I'm like, wow, like I really want to, get to know her, stuff like that. I've never really had a girlfriend in that sense before, so, that's the first step. I mean, everyone knows that. So, but now we're going to get into these next ones, and these, we can talk a little bit more on. Step number 2 is to get noticed. And now for me, to get noticed by Kelsey, I always try to, either walk like a little bit behind her, a little bit in front of her. So things like that, sitting closer to her on the plane, stuff like that. And so that's what I kind of did, to get like noticed in that sense. But let's say it's school or something, maybe like take an alternate path. She has, one class, maybe you can see her because the more times you pass in the hallway, maybe, you get that eye contact or something like that, or...
Yeah, or if like she goes to like a certain club or is in a sport or something like that, going to like one of the events or something with your friends.
That's true.
And then like she'll see that you're there and
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing, to get noticed. And, once you become a familiar face, it's really easy to get, your relationship, or in that sense, a friendship going.
But don't be too crazy with getting noticed, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
don't
that's
go
true.
overboard
That's
with
true.
it, because then you might turn her away, like...
Right.
or stalkering.
Right.
Like being a stalker.
Right.
with
You
it.
just need to make sure that she knows that you exist, in that sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Step number 3 is subtle interactions. And now subtle interactions, so some things... No. So like subtle interactions would be like maybe to spark, conversation, or maybe if you have like a question. So for me and Kelsey's sake, I sat next to her on the bus ride.
Which was step 2.
To zip line, which was step 2, was to get noticed, get closer. And so a subtle interaction was me saying, hey Kelsey, have you ever been zip lining before? Because I've never talked to her. Just a little question like that can really get the conversation going, and especially when you're talking with someone, you feel closer in that sense. So little subtle interactions in that sense.
Even like just saying like hi in the hall, or like just
Right.
the simple things.
Right. And he's like, she's in your class, she raising her hand for this answer. You got a smarty pants girl you're into. Then you look at her, and then you give a little smile. You use your epoxy eyes. Your kind eyes. Maybe your amazing smile. It's it's all relative, I guess. So.
After that illusion.
Yeah. Anyway, so that is subtle interactions. So step number 4. So this one is get to know her, and by doing this you have to be relatable, because everyone loves someone who is relatable to them. So for instance, this is why if you're subscribed to us, if you're subscribed to me, if you're subscribed to anyone, because they're relatable, you can relate to them. So if you're a wrestler, you follow wrestling YouTubers because they're relatable. You go through the same stuff, things in that sense. When I really talked, and me and Kelsey sat down near this pool in Belize, and we were talking just a whole bunch of stuff for hours on end.
Yeah,
just
the whole night.
whole night, probably till like 2 or 3 in the morning. It was pretty crazy. So we pretty much talked like saying, you have any siblings? I mean, little things. So like, what's your like favorite color?
Yeah, all the simple things when you're getting to know someone, like your favorite color, your favorite movie, your favorite show, and then there's bound to be something that you both have in common, whether it's like family life or personal
Right.
life. Or...
And you don't want to say like, oh, what's your favorite color? And then she'll say like blue, and I'd be like, oh, cool. What's your blah blah blah? Like, you don't want to just
why.
Yeah, you don't want to just go from question to question just to knock them out.
Yeah.
You gotta like. So if I say that, like, what's your favorite color? She goes
Blue.
You go, blue? What the heck? Why do you like blue? Just stuff like that. Or you want to keep the conversation going. Of course, in relationships, to be humorous or be funny, be relatable in that sense. That's huge. So by being relatable and getting to know her and kind of getting in, why, I guess, and then from there you can choose to continue to like her or to get out. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if you have feelings of getting out, or uncertain about the relationship, watch our relationship advice video.
Yeah. Okay, now the last step number 5 is to make your move. So this is it. You know, you've got to know her. You know, you picked her out. She noticed you. Blah blah blah. You talked. Whatever.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. It's time. It's time to make your move. And so one thing that that I did for Kelsey, after we were talking, whatever, and we were out on the beach later. I was like, Kelsey, do you want to be my girlfriend? Or yeah. I said that. So,
You
Kelsey,
pretty much just straightforward.
I pretty much just said, out of the blue, just like, but of course, it was all romantic, staring at the stars and the ocean. It's so bright out here.
Yeah, it is really bright.
But ultimately, you have to make that decision. You can't just, ask her out to eventually break up. You don't date to break up. That's the worst thing you can possibly do. Ask to go out with someone if you can actually see, potentially a future. And of course, you can make those judgments later on if you're dating. But that's just one thing I've done with Kelsey, and it's worked ever since.
And you don't have to just wait a few days. Getting to know someone can take longer than a week or a month. It's it just has to be the right timing, and that right timing, you don't want the right person, wrong time. So make sure you wait and make sure everything's for sure and you're ready to go and they're ready to go themselves, because a relationship isn't a small step. It's a big step to get into as long as you're fully in it.
Right. And also, if you guys are scared, to make that first move, you have to you have to understand that your life can totally be changed, can totally be different, be so much more better. You can be so much more happier. You don't have to wait anymore. It was so crazy for me because I've never had a girlfriend before. Go on this plane, go on this school field trip, and next thing I know, next time I come back to the U.S., I have a girlfriend. Get choked up. That I had a girlfriend, which was insane. You just cannot be scared to make that move. You have to be confident in your decision, and eventually if all the stars are aligned and you go for it, even if you get rejected, just know that if someone says no, that okay, that's fine. It's fine. You can always either try again it's whatever. If you both don't have a connection,
person for you,
right.
Not to be cliched, but
right. It's just
there's just so many people, and if there's a lot of life to live and a lot of new places to experience. If you're only in middle school or high school, you still have your college years or when you're working or whatever you set yourself off to do. It's not you have to find somebody by the time you're 18 or 25 or even 30 or 40. It's just when the time is right.
Right, and even if a lot of your friends have girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, that's not I'm gonna go find a girlfriend, I'm gonna go find a boyfriend. It's whenever you feel comfortable with it is when you should do it. But anyways, guys, that is 5 steps how to get a girlfriend. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys are new, make sure you hit that like button so that we know that you enjoyed this. Subscribe, comment what you think. We'll be responding to all comments. So yeah, anyways, thanks guys for watching. See you guys next video.